Hello! Welcome back to my living room. Folks, my name is Juan, and I hope that you are here because you're ready for a very good workout. Today we have our full body fitness. We will be using a chair, but I'm going to give you a lot of options in today's class where you can do this these exercises on your feet, but you will also have the option to do them on your seat if that's what you prefer. For today's class, folks, you will need a good sturdy chair. You will be using a pair of hand weights. We may get to our ball and we may use our band. So that's all of the equipment that we would traditionally use in any class. Depending on how time goes and where we go, we'll use all of it, we'll use some of it. What I do want you to have near you as well is water, whether you have a sports bottle or a cup, just something for you to frequently hydrate with. Also, I want you to maybe have a little towel. Towels are just really for perspiration, right? So you can help cool yourself off a little bit. Before we do begin, folks, take a moment just to do a quick scan, full body, head to toe. How are you feeling? Is there anywhere that needs a little extra love today? Because if there is, I would like for you to please identify it and give yourself that love, yeah? We all have different abilities, we all have different maybe ailments, and we all wake up feeling a little different from one another. So I want you to honor your body and honor whatever cues your body's giving you, and work with what you have so that way you stay safe and you don't injure yourself. Folks, when we do every exercise, we're working to the point of potential fatigue in the muscle group that we're working, right? We are never working to feel any sharp pain. So fatigue versus pain are two very different feelings, and I want you to be aware of each, because if you do experience any pain, that's your cue to cut it out, yeah? Like, stop what you're doing. All right, folks, you can take a seat or you can remain on your feet. You decide where you want to begin, but let's start. We're going to start with a very, very light march. Now, when I say light march, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for you to be light on your feet. Light enough where you barely hear your own footsteps, right? That's going to minimize how much impact we put into the rest of our joints. When you do march, or you do any movement really, you're landing with your toes, then the ball of your foot, then you let your heel down. Let's take this march into toe touches. Let's take these toe touches out to the sides. Let's march in place. Again, we're going to toe touch in front, toe touch outsides, and we march. Again, toe touches forward, and sides. March. Let's step touch. Back to a march. Toe touches forward. Toe touches sides. March in place. Step touch. And march. Make sure you're using those marching arms, whether you're on your feet or you're sitting down, still pump those arms. Now we tap it forward. We tap it to the sides. March in place. Step touch. March. Now tap it forward. Tap it sides. March. Step touch. And march. Now folks, let's land on flat feet here. All I would like for you to do is just tap the toes on your right foot. Keeping the heel planted on the ground, you're tapping the toes on your right foot, so you're really working that anterior tibialis, your shin. Now let's do the same on the left. Folks, let's bring our attention to our wrists. We're just going to roll them out. Now shoulders lift up, back, and down. 2 more. Last one. Big arm circles going from the center, we go out. Big, out. 1 more. Big, and out. March in place. Tap forward. Tap to the sides. March. Tap it forward. Tap it out. And march. Step touch. Hold it here. Tap your toes. Right foot only. Switch to left. Now roll through your wrists. Now roll your shoulders back. Up and drop. Up and drop. Up and drop. 1 more. Big arm circles. Swoop from the middle. 2 more. Really reach up. Last one, we make that big giant circle. Folks, how are we feeling? Good, hopefully we're nice and warm. We're ready to dive into our workout. Folks, we're gonna begin with our lower body today. First exercise, we're gonna start in our chair. Now folks, here down in your seat, what I would like is I want you to scoot forward. Actually, I'm going to lower the music just a little. I'd like for you to please scoot forward in your chair. Bring yourself to a position where your feet, your whole foot, can touch the floor. This is a height thing, so I know for some of us, if we're sitting too far back, your feet might not touch, right? So, bring yourself forward to a position where you have flat feet on the ground. I'd like your heels to be immediately below your knees. And all we're gonna do, it's a sit to stand. So it's our version of a squat, right? Options though, if your knees don't like a whole lot of flexion and extension, you can remain seated and all you're going to do is dig your heels into the ground. So it would look like this. Release. You press down, release. Every time you press down through your heels, you feel the tops of your thighs contract. Yeah? Okay, so that is our seated variation. If you prefer to come out of your seat, which that is the progressed version of the exercise, and that may or may not be what I'm looking for, I'll let you pick. Then you're going to still push through the heel, but you're going to lift, slowly release down to a sit. Okay? You pick where you are. We're doing 10, and we're starting now. So we go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Nice job. Whether you remain seated or you came up with me, the fronts of your thighs, your quadriceps should be feeling that burn right now. Take a quick few breaths so that we catch our breath, keeping our toes tapping. We always want to keep some kind of action or movement in our body. This way we keep the blood actively flowing. Okay, folks, for the next exercise, we're going to remain here at the front edge of our seat. What I would like is for you to bring your hands down to the sides of the chair. You're going to lift up your right leg. You're going to rotate at the hip so that your toes are pointing at about a 45-degree angle, and we're just going to lift, release, lift. One more, and release. Ooh. I felt that. I hope you felt that. Folks, left leg, same thing. We extend the leg. We're going to lift. Now we rotate from the hip. So now our left foot is pointing at about a 45-degree angle. My hands are going to grab the chair. Now, if you're wondering why are we grabbing the chair, it's because with our upper body, we're going to help support our back from slouching. Lift. Lift. Halfway. Shh. And done. Take a little break. Okay, folks, like I said before, when we break, we keep our feet moving. Maybe this time you're lifting your heels. Just do something, some type of movement. The next exercise we're working on is we're going to work on our hip abductors. So that is the muscles that pull your legs away from your midline, right? So here's the middle. Your abduction or your abductors are the ones that go out. Now, We'll all do the first set seated, so that way none of us have to try to imagine how would you modify the exercise. Focusing only on the right side, which means my left hand is still going to come to the side of the chair. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my right leg, keeping a bent knee. I'm going to open that hip, slide it in. Lift and pull it out, slide. So it's my outer thigh that is pulling my leg out. The reason that I slide in my leg in is because I'm not trying to do a whole lot of work with my inner thigh. So it's almost like you're stepping over a little hurdle maybe, right? Stepping over something, then sliding through it. Let's get 2 more. Good. Let's switch now to our left leg, please. Lift out, slide in. My right hand is on the side of the chair. Two more. Last one coming up. And take a break. Tap your toes. Folks, those were our 3 exercises that we're going to be repeating for our lower body. Hopefully, they work for you. I've given you options on either keeping it lower or foundational variations, or you can progress the exercise, make it a little more difficult. But that's up to you. I like to give you options so that you can make a choice, right? Okay. Folks, we have our sit to stand. You know, I like to always offer you some type of a way to even amplify the fun. So if you do want to, if you're already standing up with this exercise and you do want to make it even more difficult, perhaps you're going to add a hand weight. Only add the hand weight if you can comfortably and safely stand, then sit without dropping into your chair. If you do have the weight, I want you to hold one weight right up in front of your chest, still focusing on keeping your heels directly underneath your knees, keeping flat feet. We're going to lift. We're going for 10. Slowly release down. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Nice work. Folks, again, let's just tap those feet, tap those toes, relaxing, recovering, breathing. Okay, folks, we're on to those single leg 45-degree lifts. Now, because I said I'm going to offer you the option to progress the exercise, we're going to keep this one weight. We're going to keep it on the center of our right thigh. My left hand is going to hold onto the side of the chair. Rotate from the hip, so again, my toes are pointing up and out. Now, lift. 9. 8. Don't slouch in your lower back. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. How does that feel? That made me warm. Warmer, I should say. Bring that weight to your left leg, please. Right hand is going to grab the side of your chair. Extend your leg. Rotate out again. Let's go. 10. 9. As you lift, I want you to focus on two things. Keeping your toe extended or rotated out, right? Or it's actually coming from the hip. But also your lower back. Keep it neutral. Folks, I lost count. Let's just do 2 more. Okay, break. Ooh, that felt like 10. That felt like it may have been more than 10. Okay, I'm going to place this weight on the floor because we're on to our hip abduction. I showed you in the first set how we do it seated, right? So I want to increase my intensity just a little bit. I'm going to stand on the right side of the chair. Chair is here for my balance. All of the weight is in my left leg. Now, real quick before we do move, if you're taking the standing variation, I want you to be very, very conscious of what your torso is doing, right? Because I'm going to lift my leg out. I am not going to lift my leg out and lean over, right? So I'm not going to let my body become a pendulum. I'm working solely from my hip. My torso and my spine have no lateral flexion, okay? That's what's important here. So the chair is here for balance. Weight is in your left leg. All I want you to do is lift out. Bring it in. Controlling your tempo. So you feel all of the work on your outer thigh, that side glute area. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. Come over to the left side of your chair. Same exact thing. Use the chair for balance. Let's go. We lift out. Five remain. Last one coming up. Good. Folks, you may want to just shimmy your hips side to side. So you give yourself a little bit of a dynamic stretch on each side. Also reach for your water. We have one final set of these 3 exercises, but let's hydrate first. Okay, folks, we're back in our chair, sit to stand, or squats. If you liked it with the weight before, let's repeat with the weight. If you didn't even try the weight and you're not interested, don't. If you're not coming out of your seat and you're just pressing your heels into the ground, that's perfect too. You pick where you are, but let's go. Let's count together 10. We're going 10. Slowly release down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Last one coming up. I felt those. I hope you did too. Okay, folks. Lean, or not lean, scoot forward. Keep the weight on your right thigh. From your hip, you externally rotate. Left hand on the side of your chair, we lift. 10, 9, 8, keep a neutral spine. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Nice. Left leg, we're going right into it. Right hand on the side of your chair. External rotation from your hip. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Oh, good. Let's bring that weight to the floor. We'll leave it there. We're coming up on our feet. We have that hip abduction. Now, previously I was standing on the right side of my chair, holding on to the chair with my left hand. I'm going to demonstrate an option that you could do if you want to challenge your balance, and if you know, and only if you know, that your balance is good enough where it will be safe for you to not hold on. Now you're going to stand on your left leg, and remember, you could always be here holding on to the chair. You don't have to not use the chair. I just like to give you more options. Right leg, we lift out. Release down. Keep your upper body neutral. Now I did use my arms to help me keep my balance. We have 5, 4, ooh, I almost fell over. 3, 2, last one. Can you hold it up? And release. Shift to the other side. Again, you can use your chair if you want to. You don't have to, but you don't have to work on your balance while you do this. Let's lift out. 10, 9, 8, woo, 7, don't fall over, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it up, and release. Good job, folks. Take your hips, lean to the left, lean to the right, maybe alternate side to side. It gives you a nice dynamic stretch on each hip. Maybe you reach for your water, grab some quick hydration, take a little break, keep your feet moving, folks. Good job. Okay, folks, I hope that you are feeling ready because we're moving from lower body, we're moving up. Yes. Folks, you know how much I love challenging you, right? And I have said it before and I'll say it again, there's no point in ever trying to reinvent the wheel. So, certain times I'm going to give you exercises that you may have never seen, but there are other exercises that I know are very, very effective and probably like the most effective, which we will repeat. Push-ups is one of those exercises. They work almost full body, and there are so many ways that we can do them. You'll notice I intentionally moved my couch so that it's in the screen, in the picture today, because I'll be using my couch like I've done in the past. If you want to make these push-ups a little bit easier, you can come stand up against a wall, okay? Either way, we're gonna stand if it's a wall, or if it's a sofa, or if it's a kitchen counter, or if it's a bathroom counter, whatever surface we are on, not a chair, by the way. Chairs can slide out from underneath us. They're not stable for a push-up, but a sofa is. But wherever you are, your hands are gonna be shoulder distance apart. Your body is going to be in a plank position. So that means my ear, shoulder, hip bone, and my heels, if I were to draw a line through those 4 spots, they'd make almost a very straight line. Now we're here in this position. I want you to just lower your body, keeping your elbows close to your body, and push away. Halfway, we're doing 10 total. That was 10. Hopefully you felt that through your chest, through your shoulders, through your triceps. And if you kept your abs nice and tight, you would have felt that in your core as well. If you didn't feel it in all those areas, or maybe if you thought, oh, I didn't tighten my abs, we're going to repeat these, but not right away. Folks, come back to your chair. We're going to reach down and we're going to grab both of our hand weights. Remembering that we use our thigh to lean into for support whenever we're reaching down. And whenever we are bending over. Always keep your head above your heart. So here, notice how I'm not dropping my head. I'm keeping it somewhat lifted because I don't want to get dizzy. I don't want to face plant into the floor. Now, once you have both of your weights, you can remain seated. You can come up on your feet. I'm going to stand. All we're doing here are shoulder presses, also known as military presses. So, both of our arms come out to the sides of our body. Palms are facing forward. You're not going to death grip the weights. You're just going to hold on to them with somewhat of a loose grip because we're not going to do any fast movement here. We're going to stay in control. Elbows are at about shoulder height. Please press up. Slowly release down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring these weights down. Folks, that was what we call a push exercise. A lot like the push-up is a push exercise. So we're going to pair it with a pull exercise. And this next exercise uses a little more of your shoulder, but it also uses your upper back. So keeping the weights in your hand, you're going to bring them in front of your body. Your knuckles are now facing forward, so your palms are facing your body, they're facing back. We're doing what's called an upright row. So from this position, I just want you to row, lifting your elbows up. Slowly release down. So elbows lift, shoulders do not. Now notice how I'm keeping the weights touching right in the middle, right? We're gonna play with hand positioning as we progress through these sets. For right now, we're starting here, keeping the weights right in the middle. It adds a little stability to the movement. Let's go 3, 2, last one coming up. Okay. Folks, I'm gonna place my weights on my chair. Now, shoulders may be feeling a little bit of fatigue, so why don't we roll them up, back, down, nice and slow, up, back, down, one more. Okay, folks, you ready? Round 2. Remember, our push-ups, hands are about shoulder distance apart. Now, I'm gonna keep talking a little bit to give you a little bit more of a break. When you do bend the elbow, I want you to keep your elbows reasonably close to your body. Look at where mine are in relation to my body. It's almost a 45-degree angle, right, that they're making. What I would really urge you to really focus on not doing is bringing your elbows up. When you do a push-up this way, you're working solely from your shoulders. That's harder. Your shoulders are not as strong as your chest. Number 1 point. Number 2, the following 2 exercises that we have in this circuit, use your shoulders. So if you don't have to on the push-up, don't. Let's do them. Now you may have noticed that the cushion on my sofa back is really big. So before I was kind of struggling with what do I do with my fingers because I couldn't dig them in. So I'm going to probably adjust how I hold on to it so that the heel of my hand is still on the wooden frame, but I'm going to rest more on the top of this cushion just so that my fingers aren't bent backwards. If you have that issue, that's what you'll do too. Bringing your body into a good plank position. I'm resting on the balls of my feet, so as I lower my body to the couch, my heels are going to lift off of the ground a little more. And let's go, we're doing 10. Nice job, folks. Make sure that when you're doing any of the exercises that you're breathing through each repetition. So on the part when you're doing the work is where you should be exhaling. On the part where it's like negative work, a little recovery, that's where you're inhaling. So for a push-up, when you're lowering down, you inhale, inhale, inhale. The actual work is pushing off. So you exhale up, right? So it's inhale coming down, exhale up. Good. Folks, we're going to grab our weights. We have the shoulder presses. I'm going to get a little closer so I could watch you. We're right here. So think of like a goalpost, like football goalpost, and let's press up. 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Last one. Good. Weights come down. Take a few breaths. Okay, now the weights are going to come back to the front of the body. Knuckles are facing forward. This time though, where the weights are right in the middle, I'm going to separate them. Knuckles are still facing forward the whole time. Upright row, please. Elbows lead the way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one coming up. Nice. Okay, folks, weights come down to the chair. Perhaps towel off. Take a quick breather. If you want to roll your shoulders, do it. It helps. Okay, folks. A few deep breaths in through your nose. And we have our final set. So again, on the back of your sofa, on your wall, kitchen counter. If you're feeling really ambitious and strong and you want to do them on the ground, you can. I will never instruct you or demonstrate that in this class, but if one of you do prefer push-ups on the ground, I'm not stopping you. What I do encourage everyone to always do though is just stay safe and do what your body will let you do, okay? Okay, I'm coming to the sofa. Hands are shoulder distance apart. Body is in plank. I am keeping my body in plank, and this is a moving plank. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Nice job. Now you noticed probably that we kept them nice and slow, right? Because I was focusing on both negative and positive work. It makes the exercises feel that much more difficult. Let's reach over for our weights. Final set of shoulder presses. Bring our weights up and out to the sides. I'm breathing a little heavy here. I'm going to exhale every time I lift. Inhale down. Two more. Last one. Nice. Good. We have one exercise. So, upright rows. You have the option of taking them wide as well. So I'm going to bring my hands to the side of my body. My knuckles are facing forward. I'm still going to lift, leading with my elbows up. Now, because I took a different arm position, the amount of lift I get is reduced a little. We have 5 remaining. Three, 2, last one. Nice. Very good. Folks, come back to your chair. Carefully place both of your weights on the floor. Perhaps grab your water. Definitely take a little break, a few recovery breaths. I'm going to grab my towel. Okay, folks, we're near the end of class. We have one final exercise that I want all of us to do. Please grab your ball. Now, just a quick reminder, what I have is not actually a ball. It is, however, a rolled up pair of socks. So, I mean, it's a sock ball. So even if you don't have any like actual fitness equipment at home, we can make do with other things that I'm pretty sure we all have, right? So just take a pair of tube socks, roll them up. Now, I'm going to place my fancy sock ball on the floor in between my feet. I'm going to use the insides of my feet to squeeze and lift the ball. Scoot forward in your chair. Your hands will reach back to the back corners of your seat. Now you're going to extend your legs. Now I'm leaning into my hands. My elbows are touching the chair, the back of the chair. I'm trying to focus on keeping extension through my lower spine. With my legs, I'm just going to lift up. Tap the heels down. Lift. Tap down. Every time you lift, exhale. Inhale here. Shh. 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 One more. Shh. Bring both of your feet down onto the ground. Sit up. Just breathe. So those were called reverse crunches. You would have felt those in your lower abdominals. You would have also felt those up in your hip flexors, okay? Your low back should not have been doing any work because it was leaning into the chair. I want us to breathe, find a little recovery. Maybe we could all do some torso circles. That's going to help alleviate any cramping. Reverse directions. Okay, folks. One more set. I'm going to add a slight variation. We're going to count 10 total. Okay? So lean back. Both of your hands are grabbing the chair. Now I'm going to pretend like I have a little hurdle right in the middle. So I'm going to start over to the right side of this hurdle, and I'm making little tiny rainbows. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're done with the ball. We're done with the exercises. Bring your feet so they are flat on the ground. Sit up nice and tall. Hands are on each thigh. I just want you to focus here on your breath. Deep breath, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Repeat. Now folks, we're going to take both of our hands up. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands down, out to the sides. Again, inhale up. Exhale, sweep your hands down. Leave your hands on top of your thighs. Slowly drop your chest to your lap. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, drop the chest. Inhale, roll it up. Folks, let's all rotate to the right side of the room. You're going to take your left leg, drop in front of the chair. Right arm grabs the back of the chair. Just gently rotate. Face the front. Now, move towards the left side of the room. Your right leg, you're going to drop in front of the chair. Left arm is on the back of the chair. Gently twist. Come to facing the center of the room. Folks, we're going to take a few shoulder circles. Lift your shoulders, inhale, exhale, roll them back, drop them down. Again, lift, back, down. Now let's all take one big breath. Both hands are going all the way up to prayer as we inhale. Exhale down at heart center. Join me in making a heart. Folks, I leave you with my love and my respect. I thank you for working out with me. I thank you for tuning in. Stay safe. I'll see you soon.